Local directories are great. They're great because, first of all, most of them are free. And the other thing is that having your business listed on a bunch of different local directories helps with your SEO so much. But why? Why does that help? Why does that work even? What does it affect? And why does it affect it? First of all, when Google is trying to figure out how legit your business is, it needs to cross-reference. Where can I find more information about you, about your business, about your website? In a world where we live with so much spam, um, Google and Google Maps are no exception. There's so much spam. So they need a way to verify, who's put in the effort to actually build a business here that has some kind of reputation. And using local business directories is how you do that. And it's a really easy way to do that. Okay, so if we take a look at like two different businesses, one is pure spam and one is your business that you're working on and it's a real business. Spam company is going to be like, hey, I'm Frank's power washing company. Go call this number. And then Google's going to be like, okay, well, who are you? And there's no information about them anywhere. They have no Facebook page, no local business directories, no mentions of their business anywhere besides maybe their own website that says we're Frank's power washing company, call this number. So Google's going to be like, I don't know, I don't trust these guys. They just came out of nowhere and calling themselves Frank's power washing company and they've been around for 30 years, but there's no proof of that. Where is there any kind of mention that dates back to that long? It's a brand new spam company. And then you have your company, which is a real company, and you have an online presence, and you've had an online presence for a long time. You have a Facebook page, you have Instagram, maybe a Twitter or LinkedIn, and these are all different pages mentioning your business. And Google can date those pages back and say, hey, this page has been up for a very long time, and it's saying that the information that we see today is still accurate. And they draw that connection and say, this is a very worthy reference. This is a very worthy source that can validate that this is a real business. And having all of these listings on local business directories, you are making those points on the internet that Google uses and uses as reference points for deciding, is your business legit? Is it real? And in terms of winning search rankings on Google, you need as many of those points as you can. And you need them there as early as possible. You need them to be building this understanding for Google that it knows who you are and it knows how to give you business. It's trying to give you business. You just have to handhold it. You have to show it the instructions. So when you put your business up on these directories, you are creating these points. So when you list your business on these directories, then Google finds that listing, makes a note of it, and says, okay, you've said that your business exists and this is what you do. Who else is saying that? And then they're going to see all these other business listings saying the same thing about your company. And this is where this whole consistency thing comes into play, because if you have the same business name, the same phone number, and the same address plastered on hundreds of web pages that Google's using to decide, is your business legitimate, then you want that information to be everywhere and you want it to be accurate and consistent. And doing local directories is one of the easiest, fastest ways to do that, because there's hundreds of them, even thousands. You can either go and chip away at it yourself, just go find all these different local directories and start listing your business, maybe do one or two a night, and in a couple of weeks you've got so many of them. But that's so time consuming. There's an even easier way to do it. So what I do for my clients, I use SEObutler.com, and they have a tool, or not tool, a service called Citations. And a citation is a local directory listing. And it's just a slider. You just pick how many do you want? And I think it's like $1 each. So when you think about like, you know, if you actually went and did this, it would probably take you like the fastest one I made was like 5 minutes, and the slowest one was like half an hour, and like you have to wait. I don't know. Anyway, it takes way too long to make just one manually, but so what I started doing was just using the citation building service. There's other ones out there. You don't have to use them. That's just the ones I use, and it's been good for me. Um, I do have a coupon code you can use with them. It's Krysik 10. Use that code. I think it gives you 10% off, and that gives me the difference. So I get a piece of that if you do use it. So the other thing also is that you get backlinks from doing this, and they're not always good backlinks, but they are backlinks. And a backlink is just when you have your website mentioned on another website, and there's a link on that web page that is pointing to your website. So that's called a backlink. And Google uses these links to decide if your website deserves to be higher on the rankings than somebody else's website. So having backlinks is a really good thing to have, and building directories does that for you as well. So you kind of like kill multiple birds with one stone here. You get your business information plastered all over the internet. Those mentions are aging, and with age comes more authority. So it's good to have all of that going. And you get backlinks. You get backlinks that increase the authority of your domain, which makes it easier to rank for everything else moving forward.